A dust-up over possible dust regulation. Our two U.S. senators are rushing to stop an EPA proposal that could impact farmers in our state and across the country. News 9's Jacqueline Sitt has the details.
Anyone who lives in Oklahoma knows a farmer faces all kinds of elements to feed the rest of the country. But now the EPA could make it harder by regulating dust.
We work a lot of our fields.
Curtis Roberts is a fourth-generation farmer and checks on his soybean to alfalfa harvest every day.
I thought we was through with them for the year, but them little suckers hung on.
The webworms and the critters in the crops are all part of the daily grind.
That's what we thought we'd have a lot of trouble with this year, was these big old grasshoppers.
And now the earth under his feet could pack onto the list of problems. Roberts heard the EPA could be cracking down on dust in rural farms, and farmers like him could face a fine.
Anytime we work ground, we're going to have dust, and I don't know how they would regulate it.
Lawmakers, including Senators Jim Inhofe and Tom Coburn, sent a letter to the EPA stating the government's plan to control dust would be burdensome for farmers. Quote, whether it's livestock kicking up dust, soybeans being combined on a dry day in the fall, or driving a car down a gravel road, dust is a naturally occurring event, end quote. In a statement, Inhofe tells us Oklahoma farmers are being targeted by the EPA's proposed regulations, scheduled to be finalized next year. Quote, these regulations defy common sense, and they will impose higher costs for farmers' operations. This is typical of the Obama EPA, which time and again shows its contempt for rural America.
We as an organization do not feel that dust is a pollutant.
Oklahoma Farm Bureau President Mike Spradling says the rules could be detrimental to farmers across the Sooner State.
Matter of fact, it'd almost be impossible for us to comply with what's being addressed now from the EPA. Again, you know, as agriculture, so we're doing everything we possibly can.
You're going to have some common sense. We don't like dust any more than anybody, but it's something we've got to live with.
Over 20 senators have signed this letter voicing their concerns about the possible regulations and have asked the EPA to reconsider their decision. Back to you.
To check out that letter sent by senators to the EPA and information on the current and proposed regulations, visit our website. We posted that for you at news9.com/links. And we have already received more than a dozen comments about the story on our News 9 Facebook page. Laura Black says, you have got to be kidding. Have these people forgotten where their food comes from? Leslie Cooper wrote, that might be the stupidest thing I've heard all week. And this from Joyce Forbes. Let's see if they mind a little dust when their stomachs are empty.